Welcome back to the Shadow Journal. Imagine walking down a crowded street in Bogota, or perhaps a neon-lit alley in Seoul. A stranger approaches you, asking for directions. They hold a map, or perhaps they just blow a fine, invisible dust toward your face. You sneeze. You blink. And in that split second, the person you were the person with a bank account, a family, and a sense of self-preservation simply ceases to exist. You are still walking. You are still talking. To a passerby, you look perfectly normal. Lambda Y. Inside your brain, the gates of your free will have been unhinged. You will now do anything this stranger asks. Will take them to your home. You will empty your safe. You will hand over your life savings. And tomorrow morning, you will wake up on a park bench with a clean bank account and a mind that is a total, terrifying blank. Tonight, we unseal the dossier on the most feared molecule in the criminal underworld, scopolamine. In the shadows of Colombia, they call it Burundanga. In the dark corners of the internet, it is known as the devil's breath. It is a substance that doesn't just get you high. It turns you into a living, breathing puppet. It is the ultimate chemical ghost, a weapon that targets the very thing that makes us human, our ability to say no. The irony is that this nightmare begins with a flower of haunting beauty, the Brugmansia, or angel's trumpet. Its large, bell-shaped blooms hang downward, exhaling a sweet, intoxicating scent into the night air. It grows in gardens across the world, a silent predator masquerading as an ornament. But inside its seeds and its nectar lies a chemical compound that can bypass the intellect and strike directly at the heart of the subconscious. This is the story of how a natural medicine became the ultimate tool of the predator. This is the chronicle of the molecule that erases the soul. Act 2. The architecture of the puppet. To understand the devil's breath, we must look at how it re-engineers the human brain. Unlike opioids that offer euphoria or stimulants that offer energy, scopolamine offers nothingness. It is an anticholinergic drug that works by blocking acetylcholine, a neurotransmitter essential for memory, learning, and, most importantly, the transmission of signals to the frontal lobe. When scopolamine enters your system, it puts your brain into a state of twilight sleep. The part of your mind that stores long-term memories is disconnected. The part of your mind that evaluates danger and exercises judgment is paralyzed. You are trapped in a perpetual now. You have no past to warn you and no future to fear. In this state, the victim is highly suggestible. You are not a zombie in the cinematic sense. You are a submissive participant. You are capable of complex tasks, typing in a PIN code, signing a legal document, or even helping a thief pack your own belongings into a truck. You are a ghost inhabiting your own body, directed by the will of another. The files show that the history of scopolamine is a dark mirror of the 20th century's obsession with mind control. In the 1920s and 30s, it was used by obstetricians to induce twilight sleep during childbirth, a state where women felt the pain but forgot it the moment it was over. It was a medical mercy built on a foundation of amnesia. But the shadow quickly grew. During the Cold War, intelligence agencies on both sides of the Iron Curtain looked at scopolamine as a potential truth serum. They wanted a chemical key that could unlock a spy's secrets without the machines of physical torture. They wanted a way to make a man betray his country while he smiled and thought he was talking to a friend. The archive reveals that these experiments often ended in disaster. The dosage required to induce truth was a razor's edge away from inducing permanent psychosis. The subjects didn't just tell the truth, they lost their minds. The project was officially abandoned, but the molecules stayed in the shadows, waiting for a different kind of predator. In the 1980s and 90s, the devil's breath moved from the laboratory to the street. In the lawless environments of South America, criminal cartels realized that scopolamine was more effective than a gun. A gun leaves a body. A gun leaves a crime scene, but scopolamine leaves a victim who cannot testify. It leaves a witness who is their own worst enemy. The dossier is filled with reports of the perfect crime. A businessman meets a beautiful woman in a bar. She sprinkles a little powder on his drink, or perhaps she just rubs a treated business card against his hand. 6 hours later, he wakes up in a hotel room. His watch is gone. His credit cards are maxed out. And when the police ask him who did it, he can only stare at the wall. He remembers the smile, but he cannot remember the face. He remembers the conversation, but he cannot remember the betrayal. This is the secondary shadow of the devil. Breath. The psychological trauma of knowing you were an active participant in your own ruin. The victims of scopolamine don't just feel robbed, they feel violated at a molecular level. They are forced to live with the knowledge that for a few hours, their self was deleted and someone else was holding the pen. Act 3. The global contagion as we move into the 21st century. The devil's breath is no longer confined to the streets of Bogota. The archive shows a disturbing spread of scopolamine-related crimes across the globe. From the tourist hubs of Paris and Madrid to the booming tech centers of Southeast Asia, the high THC is becoming a global epidemic. The internet has become a digital garden for the angel's trumpet. On hidden forums and dark web marketplaces, the recipes for extracting pure scopolamine from common garden plants are traded like currency. It has become the weapon of choice for a new generation of loom-packed predators. Those who want the reward of the heist without the risk of the confrontation. The files document a terrifying trend in modern nightlife. Spiking is no longer just about sedation. It is about automation. In London and New York, there are reports of victims being led to ATMs by friends they just met, only to realize the next day they were under the influence of a concentrated anticholinergic. But perhaps the most chilling entry in the dossier is the use of scopolamine in the world of high-stakes corporate espionage. Imagine a CEO under the influence of a subtle airborne dose, handing over trade secrets during a casual dinner. No microphones needed, no hacking required, just a molecule and a suggestion. The devil's breath is the ultimate testament to the fragility of the human ego. We like to think of our will as a fortress of stone, something unbreakable and divine. But the archive shows us that the fortress is made of glass, and it can be shattered by a few micrograms of a flower's breath. We are living in an age of chemical vulnerability. As our technology becomes more sophisticated, our biological defenses remain the same as they were thousands of years ago. We are still the same creatures who can be led into the dark by a sweet scent and a whispered word. Act 4. The closing meditation. As we close this dossier, we are left with a transcendently cold realization. Scopolamine is not just a drug. It is a mirror. It reflects back to us the terrifying truth that we are not the masters of our own minds. We are a collection of chemical signals, a delicate balance of neurotransmitters that can be tilted by the wind. The angel's trumpet continues to bloom in gardens across the world. Its white flowers look toward the earth as if mourning for the secrets they have helped to steal. It is a reminder that nature does not care about our concepts of right or wrong. It only offers tools, and the shadow determines how they are used. The victims of the devil's breath are the ghosts of the modern age people who have lost a piece of their timeline, a fragment of their soul that can never be recovered. They are the living proof that the most dangerous thing you can lose is unto your money or your life. It is your no. The dossier is back in the vault. The shadow remains. Good night, and until the next entry in the Shadow Journal.